Johnny Crawford, the sweet kid everyone loved from The Rifleman, has passed away. Here's his whole story. Johnny Crawford was the golden boy that fans adored every time he showed up on screen. But was his real life as perfect as his characters? Today, we're spilling some deep secrets about him, even the ones that followed him to the end. Anyone who watched TV in the 60s or 80s remembers Johnny as a super popular American actor, singer, and musician. He played Mark McCain in the TV show called The Rifleman, and he was also one of the original Mouseketeers in the very first Mickey Mouse Club. He fit those roles perfectly, and he acted so well that people sometimes forgot where Johnny ended and Mark began. This isn't just talk. He got an Emmy nomination when he was only 13 years old. The kid was born to be famous, and his managers were smart. They didn't let him stay only on The Rifleman. They got him into all kinds of show business. He became a star in music, too, because every song he put out sold out super fast. He was an amazing actor, but guess what? Sometimes he didn't even get paid for acting. He loved surprising people. But the surprise he gave his fans in 2021 broke everyone's heart. So why did someone so talented have to die with so many regrets? Stick around till the end to find out. Crawford was born on March 26, 1946, in Los Angeles, to parents Betty and Robert Lawrence Crawford Sr. His mom's parents were Belgian, and his grandpa was the famous violinist Alfred Eugene Megerlin. He grew up in a loving house with 3 brothers and sisters, Corridon, Robert, and Nance. By now, you can tell he came from a really good family, so big success was basically handed to him. But he had tons of talent, too. In 1959, Johnny and his older brother Robert starred together in the show Laramie, and their dad, Robert Sr., got nominated for Emmy Awards, too. The brothers. For acting, Dad for film editing. He already had a strong start, but at age 9, with his parents pushing and helping, he tried out to be a Mouseketeer on the Mickey Mouse Club. The producers took one look and said nobody else could play the part better. Johnny said yes right away and started filming with ABC. Here's the crazy part. Did you know ABC never paid Johnny a single dollar? Actually, Johnny and his parents told the agent that money wasn't needed. It was like a thank you gift to ABC. Most people would say that's terrible for a kid, but for this family, money wasn't the point. They wanted something way bigger than cash. They wanted fame that would shoot their son to the top of Hollywood, a level they never reached themselves. That little trick worked 1,000,000 times over. He started getting huge jobs. He was one of the 24 original Mouseketeers on Disney's Mickey Mouse Club in 1955 and appeared in lots of red team parts. His brother Bobby became a TV star on the show too. After the first season ended, he left because he already got what he wanted. He dropped ABC and jumped into his first movie, The Sons of Katie Elder, with John Wayne. No, not the Batman one. That movie gave him the confidence every star needs. Then he did tons of big projects. Little Boy Lost was his first big acting break, a Lux Video Theater show that came out March 15, 1956. He was also in the Western series The Lone Ranger in 1956, one of the few color episodes. For 2.5 years, he worked freelance and got almost 60 TV credits, like 3 episodes of The Loretta Young Show and playing Manuel in an episode of The Sheriff of Cochise. He even starred in the 1958 season finale of The Restless Gun. He kept getting more famous, like playing Bobby Adams in the 1958 movie Courage of Black Beauty. The boy was everywhere in the big shows and movies of that time. He played Tommy P., In a 1958 episode of Tales of Wells Fargo. What happens when a young kid gets all that spotlight? A lot of times they get spoiled. Fame can be poison for kids. But was it like that for Johnny Lee? Johnny's huge break came when he got the role of Mark McCain in The Rifleman. This time he wasn't just a side kid. He played the son of war veteran Lucas McCain, played by the legend Chuck Connors. Reminder, Chuck was one of the first actors to play a single dad on TV. The show ran from 1958 to 1963 and was a massive hit. People weren't used to seeing such a close, real father-son relationship with life lessons. It was brand new. Johnny was in all 168 episodes, and the Rifleman shot him straight to the top of fame. Many think Chuck made Johnny famous. But wait, because later we'll tell you how Johnny actually saved Chuck's career. After that, he got even bigger with The Big Valley from 1965 to 1969, acting with Barbara Stanwyck, the tough widow running a ranch. He also had roles in The Count of Monte Cristo and Cavalcade of America. Now everyone wanted him because whatever he touched turned to gold. He did guest spots on Rawhide and Hawaii Five-0 and appeared a bunch on The Mike Douglas Show and The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. He was a total household name. Kids wanted to be him and have his fancy life. Things get juicy now because this is when Johnny saved Chuck Connors. In late 2013, the original producers got the rights back and started releasing all 168 episodes in order for the first time. The show was super popular at first, but then in season 3, Lucas started dating Miss Millie and fans hated it. They broke up in season 4, but Chuck wasn't getting paid enough and wanted to quit. They almost replaced him with James Whitmore or John Anderson. But the producers saw how perfect Chuck and young Johnny looked together on screen and how nice they were off screen, so they gave Chuck more money. He stayed. And that's why he's the Rifleman legend today. Without Johnny, Chuck might have been forgotten. On set they were close, but off-screen, whoa, get ready, Jay. Oni didn't really respect Chuck as a person. He thought Chuck was annoying and a bad example. He even called him a practical joker who went too far. He had such an amazing acting career that the world will remember him forever. But the worst punishment would be if he himself forgot all that glory and fame. You'll see what we mean soon. A lot of people thought it was random when Johnny suddenly switched to music, but they didn't know his family. His mom played piano, and his grandpa, Alfred Eugene Megerlin, was a violinist in Germany and Belgium before coming to America in 1914. Alfred taught his wife Frances violin, and she became a teacher. He played for big orchestras like the New York Philharmonic. Johnny's other granddaddy, Bobby Crawford, was huge in music, too. He worked with Irving Berlin, started Crawford Music Corporation, made Broadway shows, and sold his catalog to Warner Brothers in 1929. He left all that music money to the family. When Johnny finished the Army, he got into his granddaddy's old 1930s music style. While stationed in Queens, New York, he met director Charles L. Turner, and that sparked everything. He grabbed a guitar and played like he was channeling his granddad. People compared him to Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire. By the early 1960s, he was ready. He recorded his first song, Daydreams, in 1961. Being the Rifleman kid gave him instant fans. He signed with Delphi Records, and lots of his songs hit the Billboard Top 100. He put out 3 albums and had 8 Top 100 hits. He even started the Johnny Crawford Dance Orchestra that played big band, jazz, and swing. The guy was full of shocks. He was already killing it in movies and music, but he had one more passion: rodeo. He was in the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association and American Junior Rodeo Association. His skills were perfect from all the horse stuff on the Rifleman. He did steer rest, ling, calf roping, bronc riding, bull riding, and trick roping like a pro. Then he surprised everyone again with pure patriotism. He joined the U.S. Army because he felt his country needed him. He served in Vietnam from December 1965 to December 1967. He left his hot career and everything for his country. He said, "I don't feel like I'm giving up anything. I owe it to my country." He did basic training at Fort Bliss, Texas, then worked at the Army Pictorial Center in New York making training films. He joked in letters home that Army haircuts felt like old-time scalping. He loved making those films because it helped soldiers and kept his skills sharp. He got out honorably in December 1967 as a sergeant. He came back stronger and focused on career and family. When he felt ready, in 1990, he called his high school girlfriend, Charlotte Samko. After dating 5 years, they got married in 1995. Johnny was one of the luckiest guys in Hollywood. Never had a divorce or bad breakup. Their marriage was rock solid. He had no kids of his own, but he raised Charlotte's 2 daughters, Brenda and Jamie, like his own, and they lived happily. He loved working with family. He and brother Bobby were in Mickey Mouse Club together and later made music as the Crawford brothers. After the Army, he took a break from acting, but came back strong with movies like The Gambler Returns, The Luck of the Draw in 1991, and even worked with Chuck Connors again. His acting career stayed great until he retired in 1999. He made one cute comeback in 2019 for a silent movie called The Marshal. So why was his ending so sad, and what was the big surprise in 2021? Imagine living a perfect life, no big mistakes like other young stars, having fame, money, love, everything by your 20s. But all that glory happened when he was young. When you get old, memories are what matter. Johnny never got that luxury. He was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease and forgot all his fame and glory. He was surrounded by people who loved him, but he didn't know who they were. On his deathbed, he felt totally alone and scared. It was the cruelest twist. A GoFundMe was started to help with medical bills. His net worth was about $500,000, but most went to doctors. Then the heartbreaking news came. Our sweet Johnny Crawford passed away on April 29, 2021. He didn't die from Alzheimer's. He died from COVID-19. Rest in peace, Johnny Crawford. You will always be remembered as a shining star in everyone's heart.